We're just having a look at what happens when you sit a test. If you're working your own way through Maths Buddy, it's really useful to take the short test first because that doesn't take too long. If there are questions that you don't know the answer to, just guess and your teacher will be able to tell that you don't know. Or if you've guessed a lot but you get them right by accident, just talk to your teacher and say, well, I actually didn't know, I guessed, but I got it right. So after you take the short test, you will be looking at a results screen that's got all the questions and ticks and crosses and so on. But that doesn't tell you what to do next. To know what to do next, you come up here to results and then you choose diagnostic tests because you've just set a diagnostic test. And there you've got all the tests you've set, and some will be good and some will be bad, and you come to the one you've just set, and this one's a bit exaggerated because I deliberately made it that I would know how to do some things and not others when I set the test. So obviously if you've got 100%, you don't need to do that lesson number 1202. If you've got 0, you do need to do that lesson 1200. I'll go back to one of the others and see if it was a bit more mixed. Let's try this one. Okay, so this is a bit more usual. We've got some 67s, which probably means there were 3 questions and 2 of them were right, but that's not 80%. 80% is a pass. So we would want to do all the lessons except the 100%. If you got 80 or 85, you probably don't need that lesson, but any less than 80, because 80 is a pass in Reading Plus, you need to do those. So what I'd do is I would write down the numbers beside these lessons that I need to do. So 1100, I'd write down by this 0% 1106. And so on. So these are these little numbers in the brackets. And then I come up here, 1100, and there it is, right at the top. That's the first lesson I need to do. Okay, so I'd click on that and do the lesson. Or 1106. It will always be the top one if you search for it by the number. That's the lesson I need to do next. So I'd click on that. And I
now,
do
in this
that
lesson, we look at numbers to 100.
He's a bit loud, so we'll cut him off there. But that's the quickest way to find the work that you need from your test. And in fact, as you're working through it, you've got all of the lessons down the side, and sometimes that makes it, they don't have the little numbers in the brackets, but sometimes you can just remember which ones you need to do without going back and entering in the next number. So I hope that helps.